You might have heard that live shopping is exploding. And I have to tell you, I have been on Whatnot for a couple of weeks now, and I see why it is. Now, Whatnot is my sponsor, and they are the reason I got on the platform and checked it out. I'm glad they did. They made it easy for me. I'm going to make it easy for you. I love it. Whatnot is where you get great products without paying full price. It's that simple. I'm hooked on their live shows, too. You got to see them. They're so much fun. And I see why Whatnot has climbed to the top of the App Store. And listen, if you're selling online, or maybe you have a storefront and you're hoping people will find your listing or maybe walk in your store, Whatnot flips that, because on Whatnot, you go live and you sell directly to people in real time. And I may admit, although you didn't hear from me, I may have picked up a couple of power tools or so in the past couple of days. I'm just saying. Whatnot, it's the largest dedicated live shopping platform with beauty, collectibles, electronics, luxury, fashion, even cookies, and anyone can sell. In fact, people who sell on Whatnot sell 10 times as much as any other major marketplace. That's because you're not just listing products, you're building real connections with buyers. So whether you're shopping or you're selling, download the Whatnot app today and get free shipping on your first order. Just search WHATNOT, Whatnot, in the App Store and start scoring amazing deals. So I was whining to my wife the other day, said, I need new glasses. And she said, well, get some. I couldn't tighten them anymore. They were scratched. You know the thing, right? But I didn't want to go through the process because you have to make the appointment. You have to spend weeks to get them done. And you got to pay a fortune, right? That's real. But I did. I spent $500 on frames and glasses, and that was cheap. And then I ordered a pair from my sponsor, Zenni Optical, for $70. Zenni is an online eyewear shop, prescription glasses, sunglasses, blue light lenses, starting at under $30. You go to Zenni.com, you pick a frame, upload your prescription, and they ship it to your door. No appointment, no store, no upsell at the counter. And by the way, if you are saying, do I really need new glasses, or do I have to put up with one pair to do everything I need to do for the next 2 years? No, you can get what you want starting at under $30. And if you've never bought glasses online, don't worry about it. I haven't either. Zenni has a virtual try-on so you can see exactly how the frame looks before you commit to buying them, with no salesman looking at you saying, those look good, but these expensive ones would look better. No, you don't get that. I'm excited. I can't wait to get my Zenni glasses and tell you more about them. If your glasses are overdue for a refresh, now's the time. Go to Zenni.com/podcast and use the code podcast15 for 15% off your first order. The styles sell out, so don't sit on it. That's ZENNI.com/podcast. Promo code podcast15. How are you? Come on in here. We're going to talk about emotions today. You don't have a problem with emotions, do you? We all do. We're emotional critters. That's what we are. It happens, all right? Sometimes you stick your foot in your mouth. Sometimes you get mad. Sometimes you make somebody else mad. It just happens. But how do we stop that? I like to talk about this from time to time, mostly because in my time working with people every single week, several days a week, this is a big deal. It comes across in everybody, in every class of life, at every age of life. And so we'll chat about that today, give you a way to begin to control those triggering emotions, okay? Coming up. It is a daily boost from motivationtomove.com. My name is Scott Smith. Nice to have you. Doing this a long time, 20 years. And today I got an email. Maybe smile. 20 years. I said if you wanted to send me an email, you could. Scott@dailyboostpodcast.com is how you get a hold of me. And Ida sent me an email, and it was interesting. She said she values my work and appreciates me, listening on and off since 2021, and said I just had a big impact on her everyday life. Doesn't have really big life goals, but has a lot of small ones she's trying to pursue. And I think that's mostly the case. I think we don't need very many big ones, do we? But it's all those little ones between here and there that are hard. This show pretty much about that. We work on the little ones here, and then we step into other areas of our coaching where we work on the big ones, kind of how it works. This is for the little ones. But you said, I have to admit, as a 2005 baby, it shakes me every time you mention you started this podcast 20 years ago. Ida, it shakes me too. It's crazy. She almost was one of my boost babies. Boost babies are second generation where their parents listened to me, usually in college, and now they have their own babies. Right? We've had many, many babies rock to sleep with me in their ears. But thank you, Ida. She thanked me for helping her into adulthood. Let's talk about some triggers. Emotional triggers. Have you ever been caught off guard? Not being yourself? Saying something you didn't want to say? Acting in a certain way? Just couldn't control yourself. We've all been there. We've all been there. I mean, I can be an emotional guy. I like to kind of hang on to that. I like a little naivete too. I think it's more fun. Sometimes I will get kind of fired up because I like to be that way. I don't like to be cold and in control all the time. I can get triggered. You could trigger me if you tried hard enough. I might be able to control it. And I can promise you that if I was going to control it, I would do what I said today. Being triggered is the key. These days, have you noticed that sometimes even saying the word triggered is a trigger? We got to work on that. But the truth is, you are an emotional creature. And it's frustrating when you set and don't follow your own rules. Because I know what you said to yourself. I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm not going to act it. I'm not going to let them do that to me anymore. Why'd they make me feel that way? Why do they do that to me? I'm preaching to the choir. Sometimes you put your foot in your own mouth. We talked about that, right? Now listen, as a professional foot and mouther kind of guy, man, do I know what that feels like. I do it for a living. I get paid to put my foot in my mouth. I do. Sometimes you put pizza in your mouth. So do I. Although I've been really good on my diet for a while. I've lost a lot of weight. I look pretty good. Yeah, be able to see me. In any case, your emotional habits usually trigger your actions. And they do it before you can do anything about them. Isn't that the most frustrating thing? You're just like calm and cool. You're ready to do something. And bam, all of a sudden you're emotional. Something happens and you say it. You hang up the phone. You do whatever you need to do. You do that thing in traffic that finger flies out of your hand. And before you even do it, you didn't even know what happened. What are you going to do about it? Oh, come here real close. Let me just talk about this a little bit. Now, it's not the greatest thing in the world. This is not good. Don't let your emotions get the best of you, right? Did you hear my dog bark? Don't let the emotions get the best of your emotions get the best of you. Just don't do it. But the truth is, you're going to, right? Because you can't control it. You're an emotional person. Yes, you're a logical person as well. You're emotional. Woohoo, I want to go buy that thing, but I can't afford it. That's the logic kicking in. But I want to buy that really fancy motorcycle, but I can't afford it this month. That's logic kicking in, but you're going to go there emotionally all the time. So let's accept it. The day that you're not affected by emotions, I'm not sure I want to be your friend. I'm just saying. I'm not sure I want to hang around anybody who is disconnected and cold and doesn't understand their emotions. And the way to control your emotions is not to shut them down. Controlling behaviors that have been autopilot for years are what's happening here, but how do we stop it? How do we take control of these emotions? So let me just stop before I start into this and tell you that I don't know. That's not true. I actually do know, but it's not going to maybe be as specific as you want to because we have to keep this very, very simple. So if you're looking for Scott, tell me the 3 things I absolutely have to do. This will fix my emotional outburst control thing. I'm not going to satisfy you right now because it's far too intangible for that. It's far too in the moment. But here's what we are going to do. Number 1, are you ready?
When you need to build up your team to handle the growing chaos at work, use Indeed Sponsored Jobs. It gives your job post the boost it needs to be seen and helps reach people with the right skills, certifications, and more. Spend less time searching and more time actually interviewing candidates who check all your boxes. Listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. That's Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply. Need a hiring hero? This is a job for Indeed Sponsored Jobs.
Number 1, catch yourself when you've done it. Notice you did it. Catch yourself, you've done it. Notice you did. You probably did, right? Why did I say that? All I'm saying is stop yourself and say, okay, yeah, why? Why did I? Okay, I need to stop that. And make a promise to yourself. Next time I'm going to try to catch myself sooner. That's all you have to do. And I know it's not an instant result, but it could be. I mean, it could resonate with you so much that you absolutely make the change next time. All I'm saying is this, when something goes crazy, when you feel like you want to scream, you feel like you want to cry, you want to slam the door and run out of the room, you'll be like, why did I do that? I didn't want to do that. I said I wouldn't do that. Just catch yourself and say, oh, I did it. Okay, fine. And try to notice it sooner next time. And that is the next key here. When you get to the second step, it's this. Catch yourself when you're being triggered. Notice it's happening right now. That means you're actually getting control of this. You notice it's happening. Now, are you going to stop? I can tell you from massive experience, not the first time. You're going to be right in the middle of doing something you don't want to say. You're going to say something you don't want to say, and it's going to be a weekend, and you've got a bottle of wine going on, and you're having a conversation with your wife, and here it comes. By the way, these techniques do not work under the influence of wine. They just don't. But it's going to happen. You're going to find yourself in the middle. You're going to say something, and you just after said, I'm not going to say this. You might have said it to yourself. I'm not going to say, you might have written down on your forearm or a Post-it note and stapled it to your forehead. I'm not going to say this. You might have written on that Post-it note so that your wife could see it. Tell me not to say this, and you're still going to say it. See, the first thing is we wanted to catch you after the fact. Okay, great. I did. Then we said, I'm going to catch myself in the middle of it because Scott said that's what I'm going to do. I don't like it. I don't want to do it, but you're going to do it anyway. That's okay. We're training ourselves. You're interrupting the pattern. NLP. You interrupt the pattern. You break it. And as soon as you break the pattern, you've really started to begin the process of just not doing this anymore. So what's step 3 here? It's pretty easy, actually. Catch yourself before you act. Stop it. That's the goal. Now, once you've grown very frustrated by the fact that you have been doing this and you keep stumbling and bumbling, that's bad. But you start to feel a little better when you actually start catching yourself, and there's more frustration. It's like, oh man, I was so close. I did so well, but I still did it. Okay, that's fine. Just keep trying. It's discipline in there. It's hard to do. I'm not going to blame it on you. It's just the way it is. And finally, you'll find yourself one day you're going to catch it before you start. And that's about the time your wife's going to say, good job. I saw your lips moving. You were going to say something, but you didn't. Good job. It just happens. Like I said, this is nothing that we can give you a list, and it'd be kind of hard to even rehearse this. I can't imagine being in a room of people, 500 people doing a seminar training them how to do this. I'm sure it's possible, but man, it would be an interesting experience, wouldn't it? Let's recap a little bit for you, okay? If you have trouble controlling your emotions, if you outburst, just notice it after the fact. You're going to do it anyway, right? But just do me a favor. Be an adult. Just accept the fact that, I messed up, and just accept it and say, next time, catch it when it's happening. Right in the middle of it. If you have to, walk away. Throw some water in your face. I don't care what you do. Just do something. Okay, get out of there. And finally, when you do catch yourself, notice it. I did it. Look, I did it. And be ready to fall back because you're going to have to do it again, too. It's going to happen, okay? Hey, listen, I'm out of here. Scott at dailyboostpodcast.com. That's where you find me. Coming back tomorrow because you know why? After 20 years, that's what I do.